Mm.
What's up? What's
That was
up? What's
petty.
up, y'all?
That was great.
hopefully, hopefully, we get some people on here, man. I don't know if people gonna pop up or not. We're gonna
What
see
was
what's
that,
happening.
Joe?
We're gonna see what's happening. We had a little countdown. Had a little countdown.
Okay.
We're gonna see if people
Fancy
pop
with it.
up. Now I don't know if it was really fancy. I'm hoping people get on here. Yeah, we got one person, so I know it's working now because it's saying one person. So y'all don't even understand the hoops I jumped through for us to
Oh,
be
I'm
able to
sure.
do this joint today, man. I was gonna do it at the smoothie shop, and then there was some other complications there that I won't really go into. So I was like, all right, I go back to the crib. Before I get home, I get a notification on my phone that my power might be out. Some other people in the area reported it. I'm thinking, nah, I'm good. I get home,
No lights, nothing.
no power. I'm like, okay, I just do it on my phone. I do it on my phone, not thinking
No
you
internet.
can use it's no internet. You gotta have your phone, gotta have the internet. I'm thinking it can use the data, whatever.
Yeah.
That wasn't working. So I'm like, oh, damn. Call Rod and Angie's like, yo, I gotta come to y'all crib real quick. I gotta get this done. We didn't have last week. So here we are. I jumped through all those hoops, but we made it happen.
We
And,
here.
and we're going on. I got Rod sitting out here with me, Mr.
What up?
Rod
What
too.
up? What
Hey,
up?
Y'all can't see him,
Rod.
but y'all can hear
What
Sure.
up? What up?
him.
The
So how
great.
y'all been, man? I know we missed last week. Everybody been good?
Yeah.
Well, man. Well,
Yeah.
missed out, man, on the front porch.
Yeah, our world been having a whole lot of stuff happening. It's been real crazy, man.
Crazy.
It
Yeah,
has
that's all.
been. It has been.
Yeah.
It's
To
been.
everybody that watches us on a regular, listen, we don't have any guests this week. At the end of this one, I got a big announcement though, because next week is going to be huge. It's a couple of things popping off. As you know, it would have been Central's homecoming, and we still claiming it to be homecoming. So I got some things that y'all gonna want to know about. Trust me, trust me, trust me. But yeah. So
You got a list for today, Joe?
no, I'm not. We're not gonna do any businesses and stuff now because we got time got put short. I got cut off. And like I said, I'm outside and I get dark. I'm dark and it gets dark early. So,
Right,
It's
right, right.
probably got good
so,
20 minutes.
yeah, we
So
probably
you
got
better get
about
rocking and rolling.
a good 20
Let's go.
minutes or so. So Janai, you can tell us about this SARS situation. I see you've been digging deep into that. Nigeria, they bugging over there, right?
Yeah, so I kept seeing celebrities posted NSARS, and I had no idea what it was. So I did a little research, and of course I had to write it down. So SARS stands for Special Anti-Robbery Squad. So
Yeah,
they were appointed by the government in Nigeria to protect people from being robbed. But it happened that they haven't been protecting the civilians. So the youth began protesting on October 8th. And while they were protesting, one of the protesters was shot. And I actually heard some actual, different Nigerians tell a story that the police had actually shut, while they were in the middle of their protest, the police had shut down all the lights on the, like a toll road that they were all on.
yeah.
And the police just opened fire on all of them. So in the Nigerian culture, when you raise your flag, it's like a form of respect. So the protesters were waving the Nigerian flag, and the SARS just opened fire and just started killing people and stuff like that. So what they're doing, the SARS, they profile the youth over there. So if they just feel like it, they'll pull you over. They'll tell you, "Let me look at your cell phone." They'll make you go to the ATM machine and make you withdraw your money from the machine. If you don't do it, they'll beat you, they'll rob you, they'll kill you. Women have been raped, extorted, killed. Like it is like super, super, super crazy. So people are just really concerned because the youth over there, they're agitated. So it's like a revolution that's going on over in Nigeria. I think it's called Dysphoria, I guess the town or the country that
Yeah,
where everything is going in Nigeria. But it's a really sad situation, and they're just fighting. So it's almost like it's police brutality, like we're fighting over here as well. So it's a situation I would tell people to educate themselves on it. I had no idea what was going on, like I said, until I saw the celebrities posting and stuff. But it's sad. Like people are getting killed left and right, and they're just targeting like the youth, and that's the scary part. And I saw actually on Michael Blackson, is that his name, the comedian?
Yeah. Michael Blackson.
Yeah, Michael Blackson. He had did a live like 2 days ago, and people from Nigeria, like the youth, were calling in. So he had some dialogue with some of the locals there, and one of the young men, he probably was like 23. He said he doesn't even like to leave his house because he's so scared, and he was like he doesn't want to feel like this. So Michael Blackson was like, well, why won't you leave? And he was like, because they'll kill us. And he said, I don't care. He said they're so brutal with it. Like they'll walk right up to you and punch you in your face, or they'll walk right up to you and like stab you or something like. And these are the police that are supposed to be protecting the people. Yeah. So it's just a lot going on over there. So I'm sorry.
I hate that continued, narration of the destruction of Black life. And it seems like in these situations, we never have any recourse for our own protection.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't matter, where the boundaries are as far as geographic, state, or local. There was even a story today of a Black kid, not a Black kid, but a young Black brother being killed. I think it was in Illinois. I think he was like 19, in case with the police. So like the story continues. Like it's exhausting at this point.
Yeah, and then you got to think over in Nigeria. That's your people on your people. They look like you. You know what I'm saying? So that's horrible. Before we continue talking about this issue and other issues, I got to take a pause because I was being very, very rude. Me and Eric both were being very rude. We've got to welcome our new co-host, Miss Janai Childress. Y'all have seen Janai before. She was with us when she did her own personal segment on self-care, self-love, and all of that, and talked about her book and whatnot. We got a great response from that. Me and Eric's two dudes, so it's testosterone filled. And we just felt a good vibe as we were talking and stuff. Y'all can see, look, now it's been a terrible day for me as far as discussion. But we're gonna get over it. The Lord just say stay with him, He's gonna take us through. So then we had her back again to talk about the cancer situation, and it just felt right to have her there and always add that female perspective. She's very intelligent. She's astute, and she has a way of just putting people at ease and talking and delivering things. So we welcome her aboard. She's with us now, y'all. She's part of the Front Porch Discussions, and she just got recognized up in Maryland.
Yo, can I tell you?
Tell us about that. Tell us.
I don't even know. Like I literally, I post stuff. I try to post something positive like every 3 or 4 days, and sometimes I forget and I'll get busy with work. So I think last week I had posted some like affirmation statements. And you just never know who's watching you. You know what I'm saying? You just never know.
Always watching.
Yeah, and this organization called the Girl Iconic Organization.
Yeah, Girls Iconic.
Girls Iconic. Recognizing me for promoting positivity on social media and inspiring others. So for me, I was like, well,
that's big. That's big. Yeah. Hey, reach out to them and welcome them to the Front Porch Discussion Network. Tell them they need to watch every week and see this positivity going on.
I got you.
That's why it's always best to be on your best behavior.
That's what they say.
Just you never know who's watching, and I don't do it for clout. I'm too old for that. But I just do it because
it's the right thing to do, and it's a part of what you want to do. You want to give back. You want to help somebody else.
Yeah.
So it's natural. So it's only natural that you get recognized for it.
Yeah. Appreciate it, though. Really.
Yeah. Thank you for that sauce stuff. How y'all feeling about this early voting, and what you think this election gonna look like in the end? I saw today where this white lady went to the polls to vote, and then she got there and gave her name and stuff, and they were like, "Oh no, you're dead. You're dead."
What?
Yeah, they thought she was dead. So I'm saying that to say, people, please go to the polls. I know a lot of people trying to mail their joints in and don't do it. Go be recognized.
This is what I'm confused about, because I know some people.
I don't know if that happened for real or if they playing tricks.
Right. So some people have been telling me that they sent their early voting in and they got an email that they received it. Now I did an early voting and I mailed mine and I haven't gotten anything, but I'm gonna still go to the polls. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm still gonna go.
yeah.
So
They I think they got Afghanistan and Russia dipping into our stuff too. You saw that last night. It's crazy, man. Y'all better go to the polls and put your face in there.
I
Show your
don't
face.
know how it's gonna be, but it's been this is the most divisive election I have ever experienced in my experience of presidential elections.
yes,
Like people are really bitter at each other in terms of their political standpoint, in terms of who they're going to vote for. Like what just happened with 50,
Come on the screen.
with him coming out saying he's not going to vote for Biden anymore. With like Ice Cube, with him going to talk to Trump. Now people have like
Yeah,
alienated both of those people
7:30.
in the black community. So I'm just saying, like, this has been the most divisive election I've ever experienced.
I think
Yeah,
right now that everybody in America is just ultra sensitive about everything. And I think a lot of it has to do with the culture and the culture that Trump has created, the pandemic, people losing their jobs. So it's crazy. And a lot of people are not really happy with Biden either. But at the end of the day, you want Trump out. So you almost forced to vote for Biden. And I hate talking politics. Like I just don't like it at all because it's just like a sticky
look,
situation. But
I'm
we
gonna
we
tell
gotta
you.
get him out of there.
You want to lose a friendship,
But
you want to lose a family member. If you talk about politics, religion, or sports, come on, man. I usually don't have those conversations with people. I try
yeah,
to stay away from them. I believe what I believe, and I move on. But if you ever talking religion and you talking politics, you talking sports, all the guys that's on here know what I'm talking about. You've been with your boys. They just love that team so much. They lost, you said something, and now you got some words and it turned into something else. Especially if alcohol been in the mix. It's crazy, man.
Mm.
I
yeah,
saw a dude get shot over over a basketball game when I was younger, man. Right in front of my house out in the park. It was crazy. So I don't do that.
you got a question up here. It says, "What do you
Yeah,
tell
yeah.
blacks who are choosing to sit out this election and not vote?"
Yeah, that's from Mr. Rod Till sitting across the table from me.
What can you tell black people?
Hey, I
My
tell them
thing-
this. If they're not voting, then they're voting for the opposition. If you're not voting, they might be complaining about Trump or whatever. So if you're not voting, you're helping Trump. And if you're not voting, you don't have a voice. You gotta vote.
Yeah,
You gotta vote.
yeah.
Everybody needs to go out to the polls. They need to go out to the polls and mark somebody, even if you for Trump, but you need to be going to vote. I'm not for Trump, and I'll say that publicly. And anybody want to talk about it? See, she's about to be a fight already. Anybody want to talk about
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
No, I'm talking about all them Trump
Oh,
supporters.
Oh,
Trump
I would
supporters
say
of all colors. You want to talk about it? See me.
yeah.
I
See
respect
me.
the individual's choice on the voting, particularly when you're in situations where you're forced to make decisions that you wouldn't otherwise make. So I could see why people would choose to kind of sit out a vote that they're kind of indifferent over, particularly as it relates to change uh, on a social level. So
Mm-hmm.
I kind of respect them, because when you really look at the vote and the impact of a vote, particularly on a federal level, I kind of think like that the impact of that vote on a local level, for the most part, it doesn't change,
Yeah.
like
Mm-hmm.
who the president may be, Democrat or Republican, unless you're
Yeah.
changing different social economic groups. Then it may change. Like 50 is like, I make so much money, I think I'm gonna vote for this guy because I can get, a tax break or a tax cut rather than this guy. So, I respect them for their choice, even if their choice is not to.
I just say
But
vote.
did you see? Did y'all see how Trump just kind of jumped out there and tried to align himself with Ice Cube when that's not even what Ice Cube meant? That's not even what Ice Cube was doing. And then Ice Cube started getting raked over the coals by the black community. That's crazy. I put something in the front porch discussions where this young lady was talking about it. It's really it's and Cube said it too when he was talking to Cuomo. It's not a platinum plan. That's not what I did.
Mm-hmm.
What I did is I had a plan that's specific, not to people of color, but to black people. All
Black
right,
America.
Black America. And he
So the
said I
contract.
presented it. Well, I was trying to present it to both parties. He was trying to present it to the Democrats. They said we'll talk after the election. Presented to the Republicans. They wanted to talk immediately. He was like, I don't care who's in office. Might be y'all, it might be them. I just need both of y'all to know this is for black people and it needs to be put in place because we need to be getting some things.
Mm-hmm.
So Trump took it and started saying the platinum plan and saying, yeah, Ice Cube is for me. That's not what happened, man. So y'all ease up on Cube. He's still F the police, you know. He's still that N word you love to hate. You know what I'm saying? We ain't supposed to hate him. Come on. What y'all doing?
But this is what I want to know. Who, how can I say this? Why Ice Cube? You know what I'm saying? What made him like, okay, I'm going to take this and he's speaking for all of us. You know what I'm saying? So who was the person to say, hey, Ice Cube, I want you to go and do this?
That's valid.
That's valid.
That's what I'm like.
He just picked up the torch, I think. It was just sitting there.
It was just laying there.
Yeah.
You know, we hadn't had our Malcolm X's and our Martin Luther Kings. The Farrakhan has stepped in, but then some of us black folks don't want to listen to him. So Jesse thought he was gonna do it, and you know, root to the bruh, but he fell apart. You know,
he got caught up.
Stuff started coming out. So
he had an entanglement.
And you know, black people, we always looking for that savior. We looking for that savior. So I guess Q was like, nobody saying anything, nobody talking. I got an idea. I think this is what should happen. I'll grab it and I'll say something.
Yeah.
So, you know, somebody's got to do something. And I don't know why we are all sitting and waiting for someone. We could be our someone collectively, you know, but we want that one person to lead us and guide us and tell us what to do. Mm-hmm. Got to go this way. Go this way. Rod put up there too. Robert Johnson said that he is voting for the devil that he knows.
But back to a point that you were saying earlier, how you know black people aren't able to have certain discussions because we get emotional. That's like certain issues that we do need to talk about, but for some odd reason we aren't allowed to or able to because of those emotions and sensitivities. But those are serious issues, and I think a lot of times we fail to realize that we are gonna have to confront the beast, the devil, you know, these people that are control of the power structure. So when Cube is saying, I'm gonna sit down with this guy, I think he's doing inevitably what's gonna have to be done. Because they hold all the controls.
Yeah.
So shout out to him doing that. But yeah, I still, like I said, it's real divisive, man. This election coming up. So I think the winner is gonna be real interesting.
How do you all think Kamala will do as vice president if she wins? Crickets. Crickets. Y'all hear crickets in the background?
See, so Kamala gonna have to really toe a line because she don't want to be pushed over in the angry black woman kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be real interesting how she plays it.
Yeah, it's gonna be kind of crazy. I think she can be very effective, and I think she has a lot to offer. And I'll be honest and upfront, she wasn't necessarily my first choice, but she's there, and she's has the ability to do the job. So I don't have a problem with her at all. She just wasn't my first choice, and we're gonna see what happens. I just know how our country is, and I just know, like Eric said, you know, black woman, if her voice raises a little bit, she's an angry black woman. You know, just as you saw in the debate.
Oh, they tore her up in the debate, and I think she handled herself very well.
Yeah, she could. Pence could go overtime. He could go overtime. He could cut her off. There was no problem. If she started to go overtime, the moderator couldn't handle the situation of either one of them, period. But she was trying to be more stern with Kamala. And I think that comes from white women just always being put in their place by white men and that superiority complex. You see what I'm saying? That white privilege that they already have. And then the men being, because, they stay home moms, a lot of them, and the husband does this and you are put in your place. And so she was kind of cowering down to him. But, on that totem pole, it's white men, white women, black men. Well, excuse me, not black men, pets, and everything else than black men.
I think pets need to go a little higher.
My man go get sent to jail for dog fighting. Dog fighting? Dog fighting?
Yeah.
But if he'd have killed for dog fighting, but if he'd have killed another black man, he'd have had less years. Can't go to that side though. So yeah, that's the totem pole. It's white men, white women,
pets,
then black women, then pets, insects, trees, the fur off animals, all that they fight tooth and nail for that, abortions, put everything else in there, sinks going out, plumbing need to be done, new construction.
Come on, man. It's 2020. We
got batteries, then black men.
We gotta be hiding something. It's 2020.
Hey, it's 2020 and we still low as ever. Who been getting killed in the street?
Damn, yep.
Who been getting killed in the street? You ain't seen no dogs get slaughtered.
That's only
dog get slaughtered.
That's only because they raise the value of one and lower the value of the other.
Okay. All I know is we've been getting shot in the street. I ain't see no dogs get shot. If you go right now and put on a fur coat, if Janai wears a fur coat in DC, definitely she goes to New York in certain districts of New York.
They'll throw paint on your fur coat.
She might get painted and everything else. But let her wear a black man. If she wears a black man shawl, she's fine.
So you saying black life don't matter then?
No, black life does matter.
But you
it doesn't matter to everybody.
Man, I'm thinking you just got put up under the sink and the toilet. That definitely don't matter.
Hey, man.
And that was from you.
Yeah.
Well, I say this. I believe that, and I have white friends. I believe that they perceive us in categories. They see us a certain way. They see
blacks, Negroes, and
well, yes, I was going to say it in a different way, but correct. And I think that
I have black friends.
But I think a lot of them are just really intrigued of who we are, especially when they see a black person that is educated, a black person that may be an entrepreneur, a black person that may own a company. They're like, oh, okay. So I just think when they see us, they put us in these different categories. And once they fit us in the category, then they're like, oh, okay, this is how I can deal with them. Because
I have white friends or white associates, whatever you want to call them. I call them friends. And especially even in my work environment. And especially two ladies in particular, I won't call their names because I don't know if they would like for me to say their names, but they're very in tune to the inequities and things that are taking place. Some of them even come, and one of them in particular has gotten married to a black guy, and she comes from a household where she really didn't think her dad was racist like that, but he started showing his colors when she was dating and talking about marriage and stuff. I mean, it came out. So, but we have conversations and we have these open type of discussions we're having now. And I explain things from a black male perspective. I don't ever try to give it from a black female perspective. And I would say, I guess I'm giving it from a black person perspective, but more so with a male lean to it because I'm a black male. And I just try to explain certain things to them, and they try to understand, process, and make sure that they operate in a certain way where they're not offending people and that they are always trying to be equitable. And I will say it in my neighborhood, and I applaud all the white people in my neighborhood. Now, what they do inside their house and how they act, I don't know. Because, you have a lot of times people in the calls for you, but they don't want you in their house. That type of thing. But we're just going to be real, man. We're just going to be real with it.
You
but
good as long as you
there's
outside.
a whole lot of Black Lives Matter signs all through my neighborhood. But even with those Black Lives Matter signs, I don't run at night anymore. And I will not go walking in the morning until the sun is hanging high. I just won't do it.
Right.
I'm still not stupid. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? Still not stupid. They say the
Yeah.
lives matter, but I don't know what they're gonna call and say, and who comes. Lives might not matter to them.
Right. So kind of
Right.
like the people in Nigeria, man. You kind of leery about when you go out because you just might not come back home.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And that's
Yeah.
Exactly.
and I think that's where the white privilege comes in because they don't know how it feel to live under pressure like that every day.
You
You know,
realize no matter what we talk about, our topics always kind of bring us back to this.
it's like your boy on Black is F. It's about slavery. You go back to slavery. Do y'all watch that show?
No.
Nah.
Oh wow! So they got the show Blackish, right? The writer of
Blackish.
the
Yeah.
show Blackish, he does a show on Netflix. It's called Black AF.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
and
saw
so
that show, but I heard it was kind of booty, bro.
man, but I'm just saying what he always says is because of slavery. Like anything that jump off, he say like, oh, it's because of slavery that is happening.
Oh, let's see. Melody Scarborough says she had a person voice a complaint today because her work email signature line included a message about Black Lives Matter and support of LGBTQ community. She told my manager that she was a Christian and was offended by my email signature line. My company supports inclusion and didn't have a problem with my email signature line. She complained twice. I've had enough of these evil people claiming to be Christian. Hey, did y'all see the video where a black
Gotta
guy
be
was leasing the crib and the white couple just walked in the crib?
Yes.
nah.
Well,
Yes. He
hey
was
man,
on his couch. They walked in his house
Wait
and
a
said it
minute.
was like
he handled
Why?
that. He
I
handled that
think they
very
were in, I
dignified.
want to
But I
say
would
Florida.
no. It
Why?
was
Why did they walk in his house?
because what is that black man doing there in that house,
Yeah,
What?
they literally, yes, yes. And
bro?
they were a married white
He's laying
couple.
on the sofa, chilling, watching
Hello.
TV. Bro, just come in the door.
So they
Who are
like
you
Open
with?
it.
they
Yo,
was
they
gonna live
did
at the
not,
house?
they didn't ring the bell. They opened the front door and walked in, and lady
Walk
was
right
like,
on in there.
so what are you doing here? He's like, what you mean what I'm doing here? He was like, I live here. She was like, no, I know the owner of this house. You don't own this house. He was like, are you serious? I just bought this house. No, I know the owners. You're not supposed to be in here. He
Can
said,
I tell
lady,
y'all how ugly that would have been if it was me?
Why? That's an intruder. That's a robber. That's how they gonna get treated.
but you
But
saw the husband came to his senses and he was like, yeah, honey, let's go. Let's leave out of here.
Yeah, he would have had to do that. You need to hurry up and get out of here, because that
Yeah.
but
old school can of would have been open. The
like
old
But I think some whites are uh not offended but intimidated by that Black Lives Matter, and they don't know how to really kind of deal with it and how to handle it. So I think when they see Black Lives Matter, they always think, power to the people. And they just, so that's probably why when she sent that email, the lady probably was like, oh, I'm offended by that. I don't know. I told you, everybody's extra sensitive. I can't.
maybe she like one of them Old Testament Christians. Where they draw that hard line.
I don't know, man.
She like the Old Testament.
Something's got to give. Something's got to stop. And
But
they
to
got to
her point,
understand too. When you say Black Lives Matter, you're not saying that nobody else's life matters.
mm-hmm,
What you're trying to do is include Black lives in mattering.
mm-hmm.
That's what the whole thing is about. They're like, oh, all lives matter. Of course, all lives matter. I don't want to see anybody die. Donald Trump had COVID. I didn't want him to die. Now I wanted him to lean up against it, but I didn't want him to die.
I
I
lean
wanted him to
up.
get right up against
What?
death, but I didn't want him to die.
What?
I ain't want him
But
to die. So but he could have like death him be like that, and then he recovered. That's cool, but we just want to be included, and we want our lives to matter like other people's lives matter as well.
Yeah.
But as
but
y'all can see, it's getting dark out here. Y'all can still see me, so we'll kick it for a little bit longer. But
You probably got
we're
about
gonna have to.
10 more minutes.
I
10
don't know,
more.
maybe 10 more minutes.
But yeah, that's
The
kind of like
computer like a couple of minutes.
that's kind of the culture that we work in though. We kind of got to be careful with what we say because everybody is so overly sensitive. I call it the PC, politically correct culture that we in now. You gotta word everything right. Everybody got the correct pronouns and ways they want to be addressed. So you gotta be real careful, or you will end up getting complaints in that manner.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. And I know us as a people, a lot of us want to be called African American. I choose to be called black. I say black all the time. I don't really say African American much. Um, but to each his own, and I respect what other people want to be called. They just gotta not chastise me for not saying it right the first time because I
Hmm.
may not know. After you
So,
tell me and give me a chance to process and repeat it, because I like to make sure I pronounce people's names right and stuff. You don't want to disrespect somebody,
right,
but so that's it, man. What y'all think of? Y'all gonna watch the debate tonight?
good comedy. I'm looking forward to it.
You
What
know what
Trump?
I really like about these debates?
What?
The memes that come on social media afterwards. They
Oh
are
yeah,
so classic. This is
yeah,
like
yeah.
classic.
They're
It's
classic.
classic.
They're priceless. Priceless. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I'm
Donald Trump
definitely going to watch
is
it.
definitely gonna probably give us a show. They're gonna probably have to cut his mic off or something.
So
Yeah, well,
yeah.
they said they're going to mute their mics tonight. That's what they're going to do.
So
Yeah,
it's gonna be entertaining, man.
yeah. He
Yeah.
tried to push Biden's buttons and get him stuttering and stuff, so he won't look intelligent. That's what he's trying to do, but he can't mess that man up. But so before we leave, I told y'all there's gonna be some big stuff coming up
Big
next
stuff.
Thursday. Next week is Central's homecoming week. It's that Eagle Funk, that Eagle Pride. Janai, you're
Oh,
adopted. We know you're Bennett. You HBCU, so you
I'm
still in
just,
there.
yeah, I'm
So
still in there. I'm just a
so
Benny
what has
Bell.
happened is I've been approached by NCCU for us to do a special
Mm, mm,
uh
mm, mm, mm.
homecoming edition
Okay.
front porch discussion. It's going to involve mostly NCCU alumni or all NCCU alumni in some capacity. Either they got undergrad or they came and from somewhere else and did
Mhm.
grad school and graduated. We're going to discuss HBCU life, the HBCU experience, why they chose and why we chose HBCUs,
Mhm.
why we chose North Carolina Central University in particular,
Mhm.
maybe some history things about HBCUs, and then where do we see our HBCUs going moving forward. We're going to have Miss
Mm,
Sabrina Seymour,
mm, mm,
graduate of
mm,
NCCU.
mm, mm,
We're
Okay.
going to have Mr. Ernie Suggs,
mm, mm,
graduate
mm,
of
mm, mm,
NCCU.
mm, mm,
We're
mm,
going to have Mr. Brian McCorkle,
mm, mm.
graduate of NCCU. We're
Okay.
going to have Miss Angela Kessler, graduate of NCCU. Of course, we're going to have Janai with us, Bennett College.
Janai,
We're
then
gonna have Eric
we
Saline,
had the
NCCU. We're gonna
class
have
number
me,
4.
NCCU, undergrad, grad school, and for principal certification. And then I'm gonna bring on two other people. They're connected to me through being my family members, but they also went to NCCU for graduate school.
Mm,
They
mm,
both went and got their masters in public administration, like their big cousin did, me. But
Okay.
Mr. Stevie Lawrence, Dr. Stevie Lawrence in particular,
Yay!
more specifically,
I
he's
love
gonna be
you.
on. He went to A&T. I know Aggie, 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 Aggie,
Don't do
but
that.
he
Don't do that.
chose. He chose. Come on, I hate when Bennett girls act like they went to
I didn't
A&T.
say I went to
Come on, don't do
A&T,
that.
but I'm
Don't do
saying, but
that.
don't do that. Don't Aggie Pride. Don't do
They
that.
always taking up for A&T. Come on, get out of here, man.
And don't do
Y'all
that.
went to Bennett, man. Y'all went to Bennett, man.
We are Benny Bells, but don't do that
That's
to
it.
our Aggie Pride.
So, so he went to A&T. Then he came to Central for his masters, and then he went to Jackson State for his PhD. But he is an advocate, a solid advocate for HBCUs. He knows HBCU history. He works only at HBCUs, doesn't want to work anywhere, and has aspirations of being a president at a HBCU. The
mhm,
other person that is my family member is Dr. Stevie, and my cousin, Miss Yashika Jones. She
mhm,
Mhm.
went to NC State undergrad, and then she came to Central for graduate school. So
Right.
she's going to give us some insight on the experience of an HBCU and being at a PWI and the differences, especially and more particularly being at North Carolina Central University.
Mm-hmm.
So those are going to be our guests next week. Then I got a call when I was on my way home after I found out that my electricity was not going to be on. And I talked to two very prominent DJs in the city, DJ Bro Rap and DJ Skaz Digger.
Okay.
So
What
what
that
they're
mean?
going to do is next Friday, y'all tell everybody, it's been a minute since we had a cabaret.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to jump start it back on Friday night with a virtual cabaret. They're going to be spinning. So NCCU alumni, y'all tune in. It's going to be from like 8 to 12. Specifics and particulars will be coming out later on social media and whatnot. But Skaz Digger and DJ Bro Rab spinning the virtual alumni homecoming cabaret. We're getting it back pumping, y'all. So get your drinks, get your cigars, get your friends over to your crib. Keep the numbers low, keep the mask on, and stand 6 feet apart. But we're going to have a virtual homecoming party Friday night and get it in like we used to, all right?
Sound like a winner, Joe.
With that being said, y'all, we're going to go out of here with some old school. Some of y'all might not know nothing about this. It's the original. This ain't MC Light. We're going to go with this. It's not your situation.
Hey.
Yeah. So y'all have a good evening. Have a good time. Stay safe. Please spread the word about next week. And we'll do the business spotlight next week too, y'all.
All right, cool.
All right, good people.
All right, guys. See y'all.
I never ever should have told you you're my own. I'm not the only